Hi friends, welcome to part 4 of our Magidome build series, Renters Edition. Today we are adding in a super easy, no build zipper door. Let me show you how we did it. As with any adhesive, you want to make sure you have a clean surface. So for us, knowing that this was outside already for a little bit, we knew we needed to clean up the dust and debris. So a few paper towels and some rubbing alcohol, and of course assistance from Mr. Moose here, we were able to clean up the surface area. I started at the top and worked my way down because I knew that I had been watching the water and everything drip down, so I knew the bottom area was going to be the area that had the most buildup. But if you have a fresh install and you're putting this on right away, you probably don't have to worry about it, but a quick wiping down won't hurt at all, because at the end of the day we have adhesives outside. We're obviously in Colorado, there's still little bits of snow on the ground, so we need to make sure the adhesive is 100%, because this stuff isn't made to be outside. It isn't, but we're using it outside anyways. All right, so I will link down below to the zipper apparatus that I used. Obviously Moose had to help me make sure it was safe and secure. Just an Amazon find. Technically, these are intended for people doing remodels, painting, so you can put them inside in, clean zones essentially, and make yourself a door for the work area. But we're kind of doing it outside, and it's pretty much just a giant sticker. One end is where the zipper starts and one end is where the zipper ends. Nothing crazy there. And it just has a sticky, very, very sticky back. And we just do our best to keep it straight, and pretty much we're just adhering it to the plastic. Now, I would say I am very glad that I started at the bottom, because for my build with the 5-foot beams, these zippers, I want to say, were like 7 or 8 feet because they're supposed to be the size of a door. So I had excess, but the bottom part where it zips and it's going to connect with the other zipper, or they're going to overlap, I should say, that's more important than the end, essentially the stopper for the zipper line. So depending on the size of your build, definitely keep that in mind when you're installing it. But it was, obviously practice makes perfect, so we're a little crooked, but you just pull off a little bit of the adhesive at a time, and then just make sure you apply pressure so there's a good connection. And obviously in this instance we have a ton of extra zipper. We're just putting that on. I decided to go along the edge where we're staple gunning the plastic together, because at the end of the day, those are weak spots, right? Then we just unzip it and then take an X-Acto knife, razor blade, whatever you got, and we're just going to follow the zipper line slowly but surely through it, and then whoop, ta-da, we have an opening, and then we just zip it back up. And because the adhesive is on both sides of the zipper, it creates enough tension to pull it together and keep it together without any big issues. So super stoked. This is it up close. The end there, you can see there's quite a large amount of I don't know if it's, adhesive, but if you think about your zippers and your clothes, there's not a lot of that extra fabric on the side. This one has quite a bit, which is why I opted for it, to help keep that tension, because at the end of the day, this is plastic, right? We're zipping up plastic, hoping it doesn't rip. I will say this part here, making sure the two ends where the zippers essentially start, where you're going to zip up from, that's going to take a little bit of patience on your end to line them up, because you can overlap the border part, but you want the zipper the actual metal connections to be practically touching, so that way you have a good seal. Now, probably won't be perfect, but that's, there is very little perfect about this build, but it's the same thing. You can pull it up, make sure you're on the right trajectory, and I just like to pull small sections of the backing off at a time, so that way I can apply pressure. I did try a different angle, you can tell this time, just to see if it worked better. Truthfully, I don't think it makes a huge difference, but I just thought, let's try it and see, because why not? It's only first season potentially, so let's try it. For me as a renter, this was a no-brainer, except for the fact that I overthought this for the longest time, because trying to figure out how to build a door when we already had enough fun trying to figure out this build was just not realistic. There was no situation where we were going to be building a structurally sound door, especially something that was most likely going to be seasonal. But you know what? This works perfectly fine. It's not the flashiest or anything like that, but it works for us, and I suspect it'll work for the season. But like I said, just make sure you get everything well connected, run your fingers over it, and then you get put into a fun situation like this, where the first few times I will say that you zip it and unzip it, it is a little bit, you know, it's a little bit new, but once you get it going, it works just fine. So that's where we cut the first side. So now we know with our other side, when we go to cut it, where we need to essentially create that V overlap between the two sides. Not difficult at all, but does take a little bit of patience, and you want to look at it before you make a cut. Sorry about the curls in the camera. Part of the curly hair life. They're always there. But then you just get to go right on up the other side, and it's easy breezy like that. Super, super simple to do. Really easy. And I think if I wasn't recording this, I could have knocked this out in probably 5 or 10 minutes. Honestly, it was so simple, and I think anybody could do this. No previous construction or anything experience required. Very, very simple. And moment of truth. How does it work? I mean, is that not awesome or what? In the spring, we could roll it up if we need to get some ventilation in there. I could leave it open like that, just get a little bit of fresh air. I mean, this is so awesome. And look at that, one hand, we just zipped that up on that side. I mean, how freaking cool is that? I am so stoked, and I am so glad that this worked out. It's a game changer for anybody trying to turn their Magidome into any sort of greenhouse or covered structure. Can you tell what we're looking at? This is the door from the other side. So I'm showing you guys because this is my first time in here. But look, you can see the zipper line, and then you can see there's a zipper on the other side. So just gently put it in, and if I had to, I could zip myself in here while I was working, and same on the other side. So it's not like you're going to be stuck in here. You could leave it open if we needed to vent it. I think we could do that. I also think in the spring, when it's like sort of warm, sort of cool, we could leave this door up and the rest of the dome enclosed, still get some fresh air, but then when it gets cool at night, we'll just close it up. But yeah, the door is in, and I am super stoked. Hopefully that will help keep this nice and cozy throughout the winter. Oh, is that Moose? Is that you, Moosey? Moose. Hi, buddy. Hi. You playing? Okay, hold on. I guess I should try to make sure it's more comfortable for Moose. There he is. Hi, buddy. You like the door? It's not as scary as the other one. He didn't like the extra plastic. Hold on, buddy. Hold on. Let me pull it up all the way. You're too strong. You break it if you wanted to. Hey, you're a strong puppy. Yeah, he did not like the extra plastic flapping around. No, we did not. Hi, buddy. Hi. Did I leave you all alone in here? Okay, bye-bye. All right, friends, I'm going to zip this up so we don't lose too much heat. But how easy was this? Does it make you want to try to build a dome like this? I think having an easy install door like this is a complete game changer. I cannot say how easy it was. And now we get to figure out how to heat it or keep it warm. I don't know. This Magidome is going to help keep these plants alive. I know it. Friends, this is the 4th video in my series. Number 1 was showing you how to assemble your Magidome. Episode 2 was talking about how we added the supports. Episode 3 was talking about how we got this plastic covering on. This is episode 4. In future episodes, we're going to be talking about temperature management, insulation, and just keeping the plants alive and just continuing to build our Magidome out. Friends, I'm Alessandra. I'm so glad you were able to hang out with me today and watch this door come to life. I am so stoked and just over the moon about it. Here's hoping that it will make it through the end of the season. It'll survive the Colorado winter. And who knows, maybe it's something we can continue to use in seasons to come. Bye, friends.